Anyone else, boys?
Hey guys, JittyBit here. Just giving you a rundown of my race in ASR, the PC League. We had Britain this week. This is my first commentary, so I'm going to try my best to get through this. But if I'm a little shaky on my first go, please forgive me. But hey, let's get into it. Alright, coming into qualifying here, I decided to have a look at the race weather, and it is soaking wet for this race, so I decided to put on a setup with a little bit more downforce than I would usually run here. I usually run about 3-4 wings here, so I'm going to be a little bit slower in qualifying, but it'll help me through the race. I'm going on my first run here. And I actually invalidated the lap through Maggots and Beckett's. So I decided to skip that lap. I slowed down a lot in the third sector and got ready for my second run here, which hopefully I wouldn't invalidate. Unfortunately, I got a bit close to Lotus here. I did give him heaps of space, but he seemed to go really slow through there. I talked to him. He said he was on a flying lap, but he tried to back off because he knew I'd be faster. And that's fair enough. Fair play to Lotus. Unfortunate that he blocked me there. I did lose about 4/10 off that lap, but can't help it. And then coming back through that lap, just through Maggots and Beckett's again, there was actually someone on the track. And at that point, I just decided, okay, I'm coming into the pits. I'm going to put on a new set of tyres and just try and get 2 laps out at the end of the session. So here we come onto my qualifying lap that I did here. I'm just going to let this play through and show you my full lap at Silverstone in ASR PC League. So coming to the end of my flying lap here, I managed to do a 1:26.497. It put me in P3. I was just about to go on my second lap, and I actually invalidated it into the first corner. Great way to finish qualifying, but what can you do? Finished up, just showing you my setup here. I'm running 5-4 wings. So yeah, I'll see what I can do in the race. I should be fairly fast through the straights. I have enough downforce for the wet race, and yeah, it was very heavy rain at the start of this race, and it eased off towards the end. So hopefully, I'm thinking at this point, I can make the wet tyre last until the new rain conditions set in, and I go on to the intermediates. So here we go for the ASR race at Silverstone.
Whoops, oh my.
I just thought two cars fly off.
So as you can see there, I managed to hold position through the first couple of corners. We actually lost Simon into the first couple of corners, which was unfortunate. I think he had an accident with Vishnu.
Is it going to be wet for the full race?
Anyway, on with our race. We are tagging onto the back of Quantum here, just trying to see if we can overtake him. He is quite weak into some of these corners. He's losing the back end a lot, as you can see there. So I'm hoping I can maybe pounce on one of his mistakes and try and get him up the inside, coming into one of these corners, or something to that effect.
Oh, I kind of squeeze you there. There we go.
Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, coming up to Quantum here, he makes another mistake into the same corner as he did the last lap. And he goes even slower through there, very wide. I'm right on the back of him, and he actually manages to lose traction and momentum there. So I take him up the inside and manage to gain second off there. And as you can hear from me, I was very happy about that. I was having a great battle with Quantum there. At this point in the race, I was asking the engineer whether it was time to come into intermediates, because I saw a dry line forming.
Next lap.
He was saying that it was about time for intermediates. It was in a bit of a transition period, but I decided to box on lap 4. So here you can see me coming into the pits for those intermediate tyres.
Is someone pitting for slicks?
Yeah, definitely slicks. No. So yeah, I come out of the pits in 9th place, but I thought I should be on, you know, I'm on the fresher tyre, I'm on the tyre that should hopefully be more suited to conditions, so I'm going to make my way through that midfield, and eventually they're going to pit anyway. So as you can see, I was coming up close to Xavier here, trying to get in front of him, coming off of the back straight. I managed to take him into that corner on lap 7. But as you can see here, Xavier actually did a bit of a lunge there. I believe he broke too late there, so I had to swerve to avoid him. But I managed to hold the position. I don't really want to fight with him. I'm sure he doesn't want to fight with me either. As you can see, the guy I passed actually on the 3rd lap has
lose a lot of time in the pits.
Really pulled off the overcut.
I think I made the wrong decision because Quantum's got ahead of me again.
I made the wrong decision going onto the inters.
Sorry, Quantum.
And then there's
I
a
got hit
bit
by
of a
Xavier.
collision with Xavier there. I got pushed into Quantum. He took an inside line that I thought he, you know, wasn't able to have. He was way behind me. So it was an interesting line he took there, but we talked after the race and it was all good. Coming into, you know, my long second stint here, the pit window was on lap 14, but I'm thinking I'm going to pit later. I'm following Quantum closely here, but through that stint he managed to just fly away, and I think it's because he had those 2 extra laps, fresher tyres. I really couldn't keep up with him, even though I was still doing my own fastest laps every race, so every lap. But yeah, he just pulled away. He was doing great. So I'm on to lap 14 now, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to extend this stint, maybe a couple more laps. You know, I'm not too far away from Quantum. I know he's going to pit much later than I am, because like I said, he had those 2 extra laps. You know, I was thinking he may even go for the 1 stop, so I really have to maximize my final set of inters here. I decided to pit at the end of lap 16, coming into the pits here for my second set of intermediate tyres. So yeah, coming into lap 18, I'm actually setting a purple sector 1 on these new intermediates. So it was definitely the right choice to pit then, because, you know, yeah, I was a second faster that lap. And I was thinking, you know, I'm going to catch up to Quantum if I can, because I think he's doing the 1 stop, but he's going very slowly. And actually on lap 23, I believe, oh no, it was 22, sorry, he actually pits. And so I go ahead in front of him. I'm about 7 seconds ahead at this point. I do have a 3-second time penalty, just for track extending that I didn't really show, but yeah, so I had to manage that gap. And coming onto the final lap here, I'm still setting a green lap, so I'm still going fast. And then disaster strikes. I get another 3-second time penalty. Bear in mind, I still am 7 seconds ahead of him, so I just have to manage that gap because I just need to finish 6 seconds ahead of him now. And Dubsy, well-deserved race. He did brilliant there, so can't really fault his drive. He ended up finishing about 30 seconds ahead of me. So yeah, coming through the final couple of corners here, you know, just managing to hold that gap behind Quantum. I think strategy really got me the second place today. I tried to extend my second stint as long as I could, and I had the really fresh tyres for the end of the race, so I could hold off Quantum. And unfortunately for Quantum, I think he made a bit of a mistake staying out as long as he did. He was trying to hold the one stop, but it just wasn't possible. But anyway, that was a great race from everyone in the wet. There was only one retirement, and it was a well-played race. So thanks to the guys in ASR, and I hope you guys enjoyed.